Officer Tabyaach-Hasselbrecht, Bach, like Beethoven. Hasselbach, Constable, Officer Hasselbach. Welcome to the interview. I'd like to ask you a few questions about the other day and what took place. I noticed you discharged your service pistol. We're just going to go
Yep,
over that,
sound
and
like
we're
a
going
desk pop.
to take a look at some footage really briefly. I'd like to ask you about, in sequence of events, we're going to just break it down chronologically, and we're going to go over what took place. And we're going to recount, in your words, what, why, and what, and in your in your words, go exactly what. So as you saw there, I noticed that you discharged
Uh-huh.
your service pistol at the side of a trailer and then ran away like a little girl.
Like a grown
Why
man.
did you? Okay. Why did you do that? Why did you run? Well, thanks for asking, actually, about my condition and how I'm feeling. I know that you didn't, though. But I'm. So, see here? This, like, okay, I mean, stress. This is what stress does to your body. This is stress. This, and see, okay, so, like, this part right here, this is actually your higher cortical functions, and it actually leads to your hypothalamus. Goes down here, just a little gland here. We just call this the downside gland, and over here it's just nothing. It's the box gland. This one's the box gland, because if you don't have enough of the higher, but basically it all goes over here to the. This is just your gut, and it goes right into your gut here. And like, if you're me, that means all this shit, these lines are just shit, leaks out of you every time you get stressed. So you leak shit. And I know you don't actually care because you don't give a fuck about anyone. But after a couple years of this condition of me shitting myself, you get a little tumor here, just like flames up in my guts, and it gets a little bit like this little colorectal cancer. And sure enough, it fucking kills me. Just dead. Just fucking dead. And no one cares because I don't have a wife and I don't have kids. So yeah, no, yeah, I know you don't care. Okay, fair enough, fair enough. But as a human being, you should. So I'm just gonna go. We're gonna go into the next phase. And okay, so it says here, as I'm just going over the notes, and it says you discharged your pistol, you ran off like a bitch, and then you came back, which I don't really understand why you would do that, and you were hysterical like a girl again. Why? Like, okay, so we're just gonna.
Get out here! Get the on the ground! Get away from there! Get the on the ground! Get the on the ground!
So why did you were kind of hysterical there. I'm just concerned with that. Like, you seemed like you couldn't keep your cool. You didn't have concise orders.
Jesus. Hold it together, man. Hold it together. Hold it together, man. Come here. Hold it together, man. Hold it together. Hold it together. Look at me. Hold it together. Give me that gun. Give me your gun. Give me your gun.
So I'd previously mentioned stress to you, and it's a common theme throughout this interview because it's part of the job, being stressed and dealing with the stress. So I'm concerned because you mentioned that the lady on the ground there, you said she reached for your firearm, your service pistol there, and that's why you had to mag dump her back, as you put into your records here. The problem is that she was handcuffed at the time that you quote unquote mag dumped her back, which is eject the entire caliber of your magazine's contents into her back, which is obviously well beyond
heat of the
what we
moment.
would consider in policy shootings. You don't fire every bullet. You fire only what's necessary, correct?
Yeah, sure.
Well, why it's not a zombie case here? Why would you go and shoot that many times into an arrested and apprehended suspects? Moreover, why did you shoot at the trailer when you said that there was a gun inside?
there
was
was
no
a gun.
We cleared the trailer, and then it came about that they'd called you over.
Lost
there was
dog.
like some sort of like. Can you just sign this really quick before we continue? Just right there. Oh, yeah. It's nothing. Just nothing. Just a formality. Yeah. So. Okay. Just gonna check this out. Okay, cause yeah, so they called you initially, I remember, and oh, I forget. Yeah, Yeah, so they called you because there was like their dog got lost or something, and they just wanted to go into their neighbor's yard to check for the lost dog, and you came out and you shot at them, you shot them, and you didn't even find the dog. Is that correct? Okay, let's go to the next bit.
Don't move! Shut the up! Easy, buddy. Easy, buddy.
See, you know how that guy was holding the gun for you?
I'd fallen
Yeah,
down.
it's not
I fell
cool.
down.
You're supposed to be
And,
doing that.
He was just
And,
he was just holding it for a second
that's
while
your
I got
job.
back up. That
And
was what happened there.
basically,
Confusing, I know, but
I've heard it again.
I'd fallen because it was slippery. It was muddy out that day. I was walking too fast for my own liking. I tripped. I fell. I dropped my service pistol. It went off. The magazine thing. It happened because the trigger got stuck on automatic all the way in her back. Yeah, I felt bad. I reloaded.
So you reloaded a malfunctioning service
Dropped
pistol?
it again. It went off and it went into that gentleman's house several times.
Yeah. You know, another question I had is incendiary rounds. We don't issue those. So how is it that your pistol, your service pistol, came in?
Well,
with
let me just say, yeah.
yeah, incendiary rounds. Yeah. So how did you get them, and why
Okay.
were you? Okay, don't. I'm trying to get my.
All right. Well, what I was going to say, incendiary rounds are great. They're great. They actually are. You ever been with a homeless person full of fleas? You fire them around the ground around them. You got no fleas on you. It's a thing our deputies have been doing for years. I don't know why it's suddenly a problem for all these people out here in this metro, whatever. They're all like,
Okay.
oh, you.
Maybe that's because it's illegal and you can't be doing
But we
that.
do, and we will continue to shoot at the fleas on the ground in front of suspects because that's why we use incendiary rounds, is to keep fleas off our deputies and keep people getting home on a safe
Fleas.
way because we don't want bed bugs.
You shut the
Officer Constable Tabyaach-Hasselbrecht has been given an award and awarded the Medal of Best Police Officer for his thing where he trained escalation tactics to other cops who now it's a tactic employed by agencies all across the world now. Thank you, Officer Tabyaach-Hasselbrecht.